Guys, history is repeating. So what does this mean for Bitcoin and the altcoins in the immediate short term? This is what we are going to be talking about today. We're looking at Bitcoin on shorter time frames, on longer time frames, what you need to pay attention to right now. Where are the next levels of resistance and support going to be? Well, this is stuff we are going to talk about. So stick around, guys. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Cristiano, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you are new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. And guys, let's begin by a quick look here at Bitcoin. And you can see that right now we did have a 4-hourly close here, which was the highest 4-hourly close we have seen since the previous all-time high, basically. So things are starting to gear up here. Things are starting to coil up. And you can even see this in the chart here, where we have been making a consecutive run of higher closing lows here. So we closed the lows here, we closed the lows here, and you can see how we continue to make higher lows here on a closing candle basis. So this is looking really good for Bitcoin. As you know, I do believe that the orange box up here, and do believe, I mean, it's very obvious, this is big resistance. And the thing is, this is not going to be able to hold forever. I mean, the bears are really trying to do everything they can right now to push down the price. But each and every time they try to push down the price, you know, it just goes higher and higher every time. That's why you're getting the series of higher lows here. So that's cool. We're still on track. I think that we are still looking very bullish for Bitcoin, and everything is fine. Another thing that is very good for Bitcoin in the immediate short term is that since we're seeing pretty significant pumps in Bitcoin recently, if you look at the moving averages, they are rising pretty quickly here. And should we have a pullback here? Well, the moving averages are going to be big levels of support here, not only on the 4-hourly, but on the daily as well. So on the 4-hourly, I mean, you can already see that the orange line here, which is the 20, let me just check here. Yeah, so it's actually the 50 period moving average. So 50 period moving average on the 4-hourly time frame. You can see that it's rising very quickly here. And right now it's actually at the point in which my orange line is here at $60,000. Meaning, should we come down here, we're not only going to be supported by my orange line, but also by the, coincidentally, also moving average orange line here. So two orange lines are going to be supporting the price should we go down. So we just continue to establish these support levels. Should we go down, you can pay attention to that. On the daily time frame, you can see that the 50-day moving average, the 200 and the 100, they are a bit lower because of course it takes more time for the moving averages on higher time frames to actually start to go up. But you can see that we are on the 50-day moving average approaching the support level of $51,000 here. So we are even on the daily time frame, we're also reinforcing these support levels. So should we have a drop? Well, pay attention to that. Now, to the upside, you already know the next level of resistance is $68,300 and also $70,000. So these are the levels you need to pay attention to the upside. And I do believe it's just a matter of time before we break this level. But as you know, I would not get into a trade right here. I would wait until we are above the orange box here. As you already know, I'm going to probably make a trade here also on my channel and see if we can make it 7 trades in a row. As you know, I do show all of my trades. I do talk about the strategies here before I enter the trade, and you are able to follow that on my channel. And if I get wrecked, well, you will be able to see that. If I make profit, you are able to see that as well. So that's the style I like to do on my channel. If you appreciate that, make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. But let's move on. Let's go to the weekly time frame, because another thing you need to pay attention to is the 21 EMA, the blue line here on the weekly time frame. Now, I would say that usually this holds in every bull market, but I cannot say that anymore because we actually did go down here when Bitcoin was going from $46,000 and yeah, we went below the blue line. But even though this does not, well, admittedly hold every single bull market every single time, it used to do that before we got this drop here. So meaning this is still going to be very important. You can see even throughout this bull run, it has supported us. It has supported us many times here, supporting us on the way up here. And then this is a bear market. But then in the previous bull market, same thing here. It was supporting us all along here, the 21 EMA on the weekly time frame. Okay, so it supports the Bitcoin price. This is a level you need to pay attention to. As always, I'm going to keep you updated. Another thing, yesterday I was going to talk about altcoins. I'm going to get into altcoins here soon. I just want to show you the similarities between 2013 and 2021, because you can see that there are very, very big similarities between the two. We've been comparing this cycle to 2013. You already know about this, but you can see the same kind of structure on the RSI. And even the dates, like we pumped in April in 2013, also in 2020, consolidated here in July, and now we're seeing the October breakout. And the October breakout in 2013 was absolutely massive. We went up by, what is that, quick math, I would say 6x or so, from $120 to $840. So completely insane. And of course, I do not believe that we are going to see the same amount of excess, because, you know, Bitcoin is bigger in general. But yeah, this is looking really good. The similarities are definitely there. Okay, let's talk quickly about Bitcoin before I want to talk about an opportunity. Or talk about the Bitcoin dominance, I should say. So the Bitcoin dominance is looking like this. And this is cool. I mean, since we went down to my orange line here, we were expecting the Bitcoin dominance to start to go up, and Bitcoin has been outperforming the altcoins, which I'm going to show you here in a bit. But this means that once Bitcoin settles down, well, the altcoins are going to absolutely pump really, really hard. So of course, if we're able to reach all the way up here at 52% on the Bitcoin dominance, we're about halfway there between the two orange lines here. Well, that could happen, but at this point, I do believe we are going to start to reverse. I actually believe we are probably going to start to reverse before that. So we might go up a little bit at some point. We're going to start to roll over, and we are going to get that insane altcoin season where, yeah, altcoins are just going to go absolutely crazy. It's going to be nuts. So here's the Bitcoin dominance. So you can see that also on the Bitcoin dominance, we're about halfway here in the index. And yeah, I mean, you look at some of these altcoins during the last 90 days, out of the altcoins in the top 50, about half of them are outperforming Bitcoin and half of them are underperforming Bitcoin. But if you look at something like the last 30 days, you can see that Bitcoin is outperforming most of the altcoins in the top 50. Now, this is going to change once Bitcoin settles down, as I said, and that's going to be super interesting. So guys, another thing I want to talk about is options. So a lot of people have been asking me about options, how they work, how you can make money on it. And I haven't been talking too much about it because it's just a little bit more complicated. I mean, it's not really too complicated, but it's a little bit more complicated than just, you know, of course, buying spot or buying perpetual swaps on an exchange, like doing leverage 100x, not 100x, but doing leverage with maybe 10x. Options are a bit different. So I am going to, most likely, my next trade is going to take place over on Delta Exchange. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about options moving forward on my channel. So I'm just going to give you that heads up. So what is an option to begin with? Well, options works a little bit differently. So how options works is that you have a date. So let's say you take the 31st of December here, okay? And then you have calls, you have puts. A call is basically you betting on the price being higher than today on the specific date. A put is that you're betting on the price being lower on this particular date. So what you can see here is you have a strike price. So let's take this one right here, $100,000. And again, the date is 31st of December. I can right now, you know, buy this call for $2,000, and then I would own that $100,000 call on this strike date. Meaning that anything above $100,000 is going to be my profit. So I pay $2,000. If Bitcoin in the 31st of December is at $150,000, well, that means that I am going to win or profit $50,000. And then, of course, I paid $2,000 for that to be the case. Okay. On the other hand, if you are buying a put, again, you're betting on the price going down. You can also see over on the Delta Exchange, you can see a timer until the trade is actually settled. So they don't have a put for $100,000 here, but they have a put for $75,000. Meaning that if I buy this put, which costs $17,000 right now, let's say the price is $60,000 on the 31st of December, well, then I would get the difference between $60,000 and $75,000. So about $15,000, which is actually about what you have to pay in order to get that ability. On the other hand, if you believe that the price is going to be lower than let's say $65,000, well, then you can pay $10,000 today and you are going to be able to profit from anything below the $65,000 price. So let's say it's at $30,000. Well, that means that $35,000 is going to be your profit. So it's a little bit more complicated, but I am going to dive into it more on my channel because, you know, a lot of people are asking for it. Now, the interesting thing about the Delta exchange is that they do not only have this for Bitcoin, they have it for many different altcoins here, and they're adding more altcoins on a consistent basis. So that's why I am interested in this. A lot of people have been asking me, and I am going to show you how this works, and I'm going to potentially put in some options trades here on my channel. Now, the exchange itself is legit. Of course, they also have a lot of different things. They have the staking pools. You can see I have $500 here in the staking USDT staking pool, earning 12%. And yeah, there's a lot of things going on with the exchange. I am going to most likely do a dedicated video about this as we are forming a partnership with the channel and Delta Exchange. And of course, they also have massive bonuses, up to $30,000 in a trading bonus. Of course, there are rules and there are terms and conditions, but make sure to check this out. I will leave the link in the description for you to be able to claim the $30,000 trading bonus. And then I will keep you updated as I am going to make that trade here on the Delta Exchange. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.